Morning everyone. I'm Vishnu and today I'm going to explain you about unauthorized access account. So here's our team. It's me, Nitin and Harisha. So what is unauthorized access? Unauthorized access refers to individual gaining access to an organization data, networks, endpoints, applications, or devices without permission. It's closely related to authentication or like somewhat hacking. A process that verifies users' identity when they access a system, therefore admits the authentication mechanism are main cause of access by unauthorized client. In this, we perform an attack on two virtual machines. The one was Kali VM and the other was Windows Server 2010, which we try to with the user account. Attack description. We are going to get unauthorized access to the Windows system by exploiting it with Kali virtual machine. With the help of Tomcat Apache vulnerability, we will upload the PowerShell malicious script into the system. And this will result in getting the rights for shell users and can manipulate the machine according to the wish. First point of attack. On Kali VM, sudo ARP scan command is used to check all the internal connected IPs on the network. So we try to connect both the VMs in one network so that we can easily try to get it into the IP and get the information we want. This command, like for sudo ARP scan, will get show the services is open compatible to any attack. We will use this for to separate any exposed system. Nmap. Nmap command is used for network discovery and security testing. So this is what we do. So here we do sudo nmap sv0 192.168.4.1.5. So in this one we got all the ports that are open, what the services that are working on, and all the versions. Microsoft, FTPD, Apache GSERH, Apache Tomcat, and all that. So attack threat in log investigate. And yes, other monitoring tools check for attack visibility. So sudo nmap 192.168.6.1 we added port 8081. So pretty much it's like hackers and attackers use 8081. It's easy to crack it to that port. It is easily wondered. So in this one it says it's open and it is a service of HTTP and was a version of Tomcat. So here we use Tomcat Apache to exploit the VM. So we try to make some changes in the Tomcat ability. We first use MSFNM to get into Tomcat, and then we try to create our host and all our ports so that we can get full access of that thing. Now, Nipin will explain his part. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishnu Patel. As we all know that Apache Tomcat is one of the Windows vulnerability and it is easy to crack it. After setting the R host and the R port for this vulnerability, we're gonna set passwords and the username and then we're gonna run it. After successful run of it, we're gonna get the access of the computer, and after getting the access to the computer, we're gonna upload one more malicious file, that is PowerSpoiled script, into the victim's computer, and we can download the script from the GitHub. So as we can see in the picture that after getting the access to the computer, we can run commands like who am I, get UID, system info, or IP config to get the details of the computer easily. And by getting the access to the Windows system, we can manipulate or steal any information from the system. And this exploit is also known as remote code exploit. The risk factor behind it is that if a if an attacker get the access to the shell, we can see in the picture that he can easily manipulate the system and invoke all the checks verbose, that is we will get the charge for the computer, and he can change anything he want or observe habits of the victim, and it can be used as a compromised system and can be used as a criminal activities. The common mistakes that bring the attacker closer to the computer system is that ineffective passwords or the weak passwords selected by the users, or it is easily identified by the attacker. Old and outdated softwares, which is an obsolete software which is easily targeted by the attacker because they are not updated. So there will be more security holes can be affected, which can be attacked on. Insider threat. People with a high position can use their power in a wrong way to get unauthorized access or to get revenge from the other people. Cyber attack. Attackers use social engineering techniques. They send malicious codes via emails, and people with no knowledge open the link and get the infected files on their computer, and it is easy for the intruder to get the access to the computer. Now we'll see for the mitigation that how can we handle handle the attacks. And because as we know that the data protection is one of the most primary concern for everyone, and the first step would be strong and mixed password, selecting long passwords with the mixture of numbers, special characters, or changing the passwords frequently. New softwares. New softwares will help us to download latest security patches and updates for our operating systems, and which also fixes security holes. The third one is the security training. We will train the new employees that they should always lock devices when walking away from the system. They should not share the passwords. They should not write down the passwords and link sensitive documents in open. Two-factor authentication, which is very popular nowadays, which is it is also known as multi-factor authentication, can be one-time password or answering multiple questions and responses to the security question, same as that. This these steps will help to mitigate the problem of unauthorized access events. The demonstration, not a small and amazing demonstration of our successful attack, will be demonstrated by Anisha.
Hello everyone, this is a demo for unauthorized access account. So for that one, we have one Windows VM whose password we don't have and we cannot try and like I try to get it, but I don't have the correct password for it. So we're going to exploit that Windows and successfully get into the Windows VM using Kali. So for that, firstly we need to scan all the ports which are connected on this VM, connected on this network, and so we'll get few of the IPs. Now using this IP, we'll scan for the correct IP for that window, and minus O stands for like the OS detail of that VM. So now here you can see that in OS detail it's Microsoft Windows 10, so we have the correct IP, and then we'll scan all the ports to check which of the services are open and through which of the services we can go into that Windows. So like I'm going to use 8081 TCP, that's for Apache, and I can like scan for the particular port also to get more detail about it. So from that I came to know that it's open, and so I can use this service to get into his VM. So for that I will go into MSF console. It will take some time. So now we are in the console and we'll search for Tomcat, as we are going to use Apache Tomcat. So now first we'll set all the R host and output in auxiliary, and then we'll try to run it. Then and now we'll check the details about that auxiliary. So here we don't have the R host and output, so we'll set that first. I will just cross check it is correct or not. It's wrong. Now we'll check it once it's the details are there or not. So we can see all the details are there. Now we'll run this exploit. We can see that we are not unable to get into user. So for that we need to get into the exploit, and now we can see we have set the payload correctly, so we can get into the system. So before that we need to set the R host and output, and in this we need to search the HTTP password and username to get into the system. And we'll check it again that the details are there. So we have our host output, we have the HTTP password and email the correct localhost. So now we'll run it. Yeah, we are into it Windows. So we can get using this we can know which server name, and for that and for more info we can go into system info. So here we can see it's computer Windows flow and OS is Windows. So successfully we have get into the Windows. Now to get into admin, we can install the power exploit. So I have just got the code from GitHub and I will just upload this file into Windows VM, so I can get into PowerShell easily. It's successfully uploaded in the Windows Home. And we got the access to the admin now. successfully we have got into the VM, and we can now get all the information. And that's it for this. You said authorized access account. Thank you.